Now we have a question to solve, and the question is, prove that root 3 plus root 5 is an irrational number. And look at the question here. Prove that root 3 plus root 5 is an irrational. Right. In the previous question, we have proved that root 2 is irrational. Right. Now, here we are having mathematical expression to prove that it is an irrational number. Not only root 2 here root 3 plus root 5. Similar kind of question will be like this: root p plus root q, like 3 plus 2 root 5. This kind of questions also you can solve in this method. So this I am doing now. So how to do this? How to prove that root 3 plus root 5 is an irrational? So to prove that, what we are doing, we are assuming that, okay, let us assume that root 3 plus root 5 is rational. Similar steps what we have done for the root 2, same we are doing here. What we are doing to prove it is irrational, we are assuming that it is a rational. Okay, suppose if it is a rational, then you have root 3 plus root 5 is equals to p by q. We are taking it as rational, no? So that's why what we are doing, we are equating this root 3 plus root 5 as p by q. Actually it is not a rational, but we are assuming it. In the previous question what we have proved, root 2 is irrational. Similarly, if root 2 is irrational, root 3, root 5, root 7, root 15 also, it is also an irrational. Root 15 means that is root 3 into root 5. Root 2 is irrational, that means root 3 is also irrational, root 5 is also irrational. If you multiply the two irrational numbers, root 3 into root 5, what will be the answer? In multiplication you can multiply, if root is there, you can multiply these numbers also, 3 into 5, 3 5 is 15. Root 3 is irrational, root 5 is irrational, product of 3 and 5 is 15, therefore root 15 is also an irrational. Okay, like that you have to do. So what will be the next step? In the next step, we will apply square on both sides. Okay, squaring on both the sides. So now let's apply the square, that is left hand side root 3 plus root 5. Root 3 plus root 5 whole square equals to p by q whole square. Right, squaring on both the sides, we got like this. Now what we will do here next? Here it is in the form of a plus b whole square. Okay, so what is it? This is a and this is b. What is the formula? What is the identity or formula? A plus b whole square is a square plus b square plus 2ab. This identity we will apply here, that is a plus b whole square. Here we are having root 3 plus root 5 whole square. A is nothing, here is root 3, and b is nothing, here root 5. So we will apply this one here, that is root 3 whole square, a square plus b square. B is root 5, so b square plus 2 into root 3 into root 5 equals to, okay, p square by q square. Now here this square and root get cancelled. This square and root get cancelled. So what will be left here? 3 plus 5 plus 2 root. In the multiplication, if root is there, we can multiply these two numbers. We can't multiply 2 and 3 because these are the This we can't multiply because root is applied here, na? For 2 root is not applied, so we can't multiply this. Root 3 and root 5 we can multiply, because 2 and root 3 are unlike terms. Here like terms are root 3 and root 5 because root is applied to both this and they are in the multiplication form. So root 3 into root 5 is, so 3 5s are 15 equals to p square by q square. 3 plus 5 plus 2 root 15 is equals to p square by q square. 3 plus 5 how much? 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 plus 2 root 15 is equals to p square by q square. Now look here, we got 5 plus 3, 8. 8 plus 2 root 15 is equals to p square by q square. Now next we will shift 2 to 8. This 8 we will shift to the right side. So this 8 becomes minus 8. Plus 8, the sign of 8 is plus. That plus 8 becomes minus 8. 2 root 15 equals to p square by q square. 8 we are shifting to the right side, so minus 8. Okay, next is what we will do. The denominator of 8 is nothing but 1. So here we will take the LCM of q square, and 1 is q square. So this is p square minus whole divided by q square. We will multiply this q square into 8. 8 q square root 15, and along with that this 2 also we will shift here. So 2 is in multiplication form. If we shift to the right side, this 2 goes to the divisor form, division. Now root 15 we are getting as p square minus 8q square by 2q square, right? That means root 15 we can mention this as a by b form. What we are getting root 15, that is this we are expressing. A is nothing but this expression and b is nothing but this expression. That means root 15 is equal to a by b. What is a by b? A by b is nothing but rational. As I told you previously that root 15 is irrational, right? Because in the previous question we have done that root 2 is irrational. Similarly, root 15 is also irrational. Why root 15 is irrational? Because root 15 is 3 into 5, root 3 into root 5, 3 and 5, 3 is irrational, root 3 is irrational, root 5 is irrational, product of irrational is also an irrational. That means root 2 is irrational. That is the fact. But what we are getting here? We are getting root 15 is equals to a by b. We are getting rational. Now root 15 shows us that it is rational. But is it true? This is not true. This is not true thing, because root 15 is actually an irrational number. So this contradicts the fact that root 15 is irrational. Root 15 is equal to a by b. A by b is nothing but a rational number. Is it equal? This is rational number and root 15 is irrational. The fact is that root 15 is irrational, but a by b is rational. Can rational and irrational are equal? Rational is not equal to irrational. But what we are getting here? We are getting irrational 15 is equal to rational a by b, which is not the fact, right? They should not be equal. So this contradicts the fact that root 15 is irrational. Understood? So what we have assumed previously, we have assumed that root 3 plus root 5 is rational. After solving this, what we got? Last answer we got is irrational. This is not the correct thing. So what we can say that? So that means root 15 should not be equal to a by b. But what we got is root 15 is equal to a by b, we got, which is not the fact. So our assumption is wrong. Our assumption is wrong, and so What was our assumption? We have assumed that root 3 plus root 5 is rational. We have assumed that root 3 plus root 5 is rational, but after getting the answer we got irrational. So our assumption is wrong, and so root 3 plus root 5 is an irrational. Hope you have understood this. Similar kind of questions are there in the textbook, like 1 by root 2, 6 plus root 2, 3 plus 2 root 5, or root p plus root q. Right, root p plus root q, 2 plus 3 root 5. This kind of questions also will be there to prove. You have to practice this kind of questions. Okay, one I have done for you, remaining you practice by yourself. And you can also create some questions of this type. You can create and you can practice whether these numbers are rational or irrational. You have to prove using the same process, same method, you have to prove it. Okay, I hope you have understood the previous question. Now we have exponential form and logarithm. So what is it? In the previous classes you have studied about the exponential form. What is that? Let us recall it. Suppose if you write a number like 2 power 5, okay, 2 power 5, how we will do this? 2 power 5 is nothing but 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. That means 5 times you have to write the same number. 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. What will be the answer? 2 to the 4, 4 to the 8, 8 to the 16, 16 to the 32. That means 2 to the power 5 we are writing as 32, or else we can say a number 32 we can write as 2 power 5. This 2 power 5 is nothing but, so it is an exponential form. Writing the number with the help of base and exponent is nothing but an exponential form. In 2 to the power 5, this 5, this is the power, this is called exponent, and this 2 is base, and this 32 also we can say 32. What is the power of 32? If the power is not given, we can say that the power is 1 here. Okay, 32 to the power 1. So 1 is exponent and base is 32. But what we are doing here? This 32 we are writing in the form of exponent, that is 2 to the power 5. 2 is an exponent, and 2 is the base and 5 is an exponent. It is also called power or index. This is also called power or index. That's why we will say this is an exponential form, 2 to the power 5. Now we have the laws of exponents. Now let us recall the laws of exponents. What are the laws of exponents? Okay, laws of exponents. What is it? That is, suppose a power m into a power n. Here two bases, base is same, a and power is different. Multiply a, same base, to the power n. This we can also write as a to the power m plus n. Right, multiplying this two exponents, exponential number having same base. What we can do? We can write it as a to the power, base we are taking as common and powers we have to add, a to the power m plus n. This is the first law. What is the next one? A power m by b power m. Okay, so here base is different, but the powers are same. This we can also write as a by b whole to the power m. Okay, m is power is same here, exponent is same here, so we are taking it as whole to the power m, and a power m by a power n. Division of same bases, a power m divided by a to the power n. This what, how can we write? Since it is in multiplication, what we are doing? We are taking it a as the same base and we are adding the exponents. In the division also we are doing simply like same like this, little bit same, but in multiplication we are adding this exponents, but in division if the bases are same we are subtracting it. A power m n minus n. See here we are subtracting a to the power m minus n. In multiplication we are adding the exponents, adding the parts m plus n, a power m minus n. Now one more we have a to the power minus m. A to the power minus m. Suppose if the exponent is negative, what we can do? We can also write this as a to the power 1 by a to the power plus m. Okay, minus m is there, negative number. Negative we can shift to the in the divisor form. That is, then the exponent becomes plus 1 by a to the power m. And one more we have a to the power 0 is nothing but 1. Any number to the power 0 is always 1. Like suppose if I write 4 to the power 0, it is not 4, it is always 1. Any number to the power 0 is 1. Okay, look, this is an exponential form. 2 to the power 5 is equals to 32. This is an exponential form. Now, if this is an exponential form, then what are the logarithms? Now, I wrote exponential form and logarithms. Now, what are logarithms? This exactly same thing can be written as logarithm form. Okay, this is an exponential form. This exactly same thing we can write as an exponential, as an logarithm form. How to write it? Logarithms. Logarithm we can also write as log, right? This is a base, no? 2 is the base. Base number we will write here as a base, log base 2. And this answer we will write here as 32, and this is equal to exponent we will write here 5. The answer of the logarithm, here logarithm is nothing but the answer of this logarithm is nothing but the exponent. The answer of this logarithm, answer means log 32 base 2 is equal to 5. That means this 5 is the answer. This is the answer of this log. Okay, so this answer is nothing but the answer of the logarithm. It is the power of the exponent. This exactly we are writing in the form of logarithms, right? So this power here, nothing in the logarithm is nothing but you have to find this answer x. This answer, what the answer you are getting, to get this answer only, to get this answer we are using this logarithms. Now what we can do here, that means base 2 is base here, base number, this is a base now, base number is nothing but base of the logarithms, and this 32 we will write here. Why we are doing this? That means 2, okay, what will be the power of 2 to get answer 32? To find this power we are using the logarithms. What will be the value of 2x here? Suppose we can also write as x. To get this value we are applying logarithms. What will be the power of 2 to get this answer? Okay, you have to, what will be the power of this base 2? Power of base 2, this is the answer. So that you should get this answer. See this is the base, its power, and answer you are getting is 32. So exponential form we are converting to the logarithms form. Now after this, what will be the general form? Now we have the general form of exponential and logarithms. This is the general form. In general form we will write this is an exponential form, okay. A to the power x is equal to n. This will write in the logarithm form as I told you now. This the answer of this answer of the logarithm is the power of the exponent. So this is the answer of logarithm. So we are writing x. This is equals to log n base a. Base should be same. To get this power only, to get the value of this power only, we are applying the logarithms. log n base a is equals to x. You will be having the questions like this. In the questions will be given to you like exponential form, you have to convert them in the logarithm form. Sometimes you will get the question, it will give in the logarithm form that you have to convert in the exponential form. Understood now? That is a to the power x base exponent answer. Log that answer base a equals to exponent, that is the power, this power value. So why we are using this means sometimes suppose now we have an interesting question like 2 to the power x is equal to 10. To understand the logarithms clearly, let us have this 2 to the power x is equals to 10. In the previous question we got the value of x as 5, that is 2 to the power 5 is equal to 32. This answer we got, that is x is 5 here. We are getting the answer here, but in some cases we will not get the answer, exact answer we will not get. So in that case what we can do? Now suppose 2 to the power x is equal to 10. For what value of x the answer is getting 10? X is a natural number, x we can take as 1, 2, 3, 4, any number. Okay, suppose if I put 1, 2 to the power 1, what will be the answer? 2 only. Okay, if I take 2 square, I will get 2 to the 4. I have taken 1, I am not getting the 10 answer, I am getting 2. I am taking 2 here, applying square here, 2 to the 4, I am getting answer 4. I am not getting 10. Now 2 cube. Okay, 3 I am applying. 2 to the 4, 4 to the 8. I am getting 8, I am not getting 10. 1 I have used, 2 I have used, 3 I have used. Now what about 4? 2 to the 4, 4 to the 8 and 8 to the 16. I am getting 16. See, I used 1, I got 2 answer. If I use square, I got 4. If I used cube, I got 8. If I used 4, I got 16. Here I am not getting 10. After using 1, 2, 3, 4, I am not getting the value of 10. So what will be the value of x here to get 10? Can you say, can you guess? 8 and 16. If I use 3, I got 8. I used 4, I got 16. I am not getting 10. So what we can do here? That means the value of 10 we will get if the value of x lies between 3 and 4. The value of x should lies between 3 and 4. Why? Because 8. 10 lies between 8 and 16. Okay, after if I take 5, what will get? 2 to the power 5. I got 32 now. I don't want 32, I don't want 16, I don't want 8, I want 10. So what will be the value of x to get 10? This is an interesting question. To get these values only we are using the logarithms. Okay, after using this we can see that the value of x is not a exact, is not a natural number. It can be some rational or irrational number. So it can be lies between 3 and 4 only. Why 3 and 4? Because 10 lies between 8 and 16. After using 3 we are not getting 10. After using 4 we are not getting 10. So between 3 and 4 somewhere here only we will get the value of 10. But why? Do we get exact value? For 8 exact value of x we are getting is 3. For 16 exact value of x we are getting is 4. But to get 10 we will not have the exact value. Now 2 to the power x is equal to 10, right? So what will be the value of x? X should lies between 3 and 4. The value of x should lies between 3 and 4. What are the numbers between 3 and 4? Do we have any number between 3 and 4? Right? After 3 directly we will have 4, no? We don't have any number. But then also we should get 10. What will be it? Because between 3 and 4 there are infinite many decimal numbers. That means it can be 3.1, 3.2, 3.3 like this. That means not only this much 3.9 and 4, but between 3.1 and 3.2 also we have more, so many decimal numbers, 3.11, 3.12. That means between 3 and 4 we have so many decimal numbers. That decimal numbers can be terminating decimal, non-terminating, recurring, okay, and non-terminating and non-recurring. That means between 3 and 4 we can have so many rational and irrational numbers. So in this case exact value of x we can't get. So it can be of this type. It can be terminating decimal, it can be non-terminating, it can be non-terminating and recurring, and non-terminating and non-recurring. So exact value we will not get, but based on this we have understood that the value of x lies somewhere between 3 and 4 only. So this, if you write in the exponential form, in the logarithm forms, how to write? Log base 2 10 equals to x. Okay. So what we are not getting the exact value. So it lies somewhere between 3 and 4 only, that we have understood. But we have the table, we have one table of logarithms. In that if you find, you can get the exact value also. Not exact, but somewhat between 3 and 4, like this. It can be like 3.168. This is just an example, not the exact value. But what you have understood, the value of x lies somewhere between 3 and 4 of this question. So I think this is an interesting question. Finding the exponent we have, that's why we are using this logarithms.